Give me smoke.
Don't get off here.
Brenda, did you just come to sit in here?
Mm-hmm. Sit in here and listen. Pipe it through to somebody else.
It's Sunday, Brenda. We're all
so
chilling.
paranoid. You're so paranoid.
What?
Who is?
Paranoid of what?
What? You're
What?
paranoid.
Are you,
What?
Are you all right,
What?
Brenda? Are you okay?
I just come in here and you think it's a big conspiracy.
No,
I mean,
we just asked you why you coming here. Can help, Brenda. Are you all right? There's no conspiracy that you're in here, Brenda. You love it in here. We know. You can't keep away. Everybody knows why you're here.
No, you don't.
Yeah. You can't keep away. You love it. It's me, innit? I think.
Yeah. Brenda really, really, really likes talking to you and about you.
What do you think of MC Toon's latest video?
Don't know. I've never seen it. Give us a clue.
That's
What?
right. You don't watch Globe. You
Yeah,
don't
I
watch
don't-
Flat
yeah.
Earth debunking.
I don't watch.
videos
I
at all.
don't watch flat Earth shit. No, I don't.
Or Globe Earth stuff either, right?
Well, McToon mainly does flat Earth shit. That's all he ever talks about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like to watch, for instance, the launches and stuff like that of SpaceX and
Sorry,
stuff
I
like
didn't
that?
even hear what you said. That didn't hear what?
Do you like to watch launches like SpaceX, things
No.
like that?
No. Do you? Are you setting up
I?
a date
Yeah.
or something? No. Okay. We won't have that as a date then.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't
I'm
know.
just
I
wondering
thought
what
you
you-
just sorting out common things with us.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I like to watch SpaceX liftoffs,
All right.
things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Big rockets. Is
Yeah,
it?
they're cool. They're cool.
That's good.
What about like Jeranism? Do you
What
watch
about what go-
Globebusters? Do you watch Globebusters or
No,
Jeranism?
Brenda. No, I don't. I just sit in here and talk to these people, these good people that are around here. You know very well, Brenda. This is
Hi,
where we're
Bev.
at.
Please,
I just was-
Bev, hold
Afternoon,
on.
everyone.
Please, people.
Wow, fucking hell, Chikey as well, eh? Party.
Hey, Bev.
Spot
Hope you're well
on.
today, man.
Hey,
Oh,
all
no.
right, guys. How you
Mikey,
doing?
you sound like you're pissed out.
You're doing well today, Bev.
Yeah.
Mikey, you sound like you're pissed out your face, mate.
Yeah. Were you letting Brenda? You want to know that you want to do your thingy with Brenda?
It's alright, I'll serve you with him. So you and Brenda can
I don't know what thing you want to do. I'm not interested in. So I was just trying to figure out what other things you enjoy besides this. That's all.
Besides
No,
what?
Besides this,
What's this?
sitting here. This is boring.
Is it for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
you do-
that's a pity.
What are you doing here then? If
Yeah.
it's that boring, what do you keep coming back here for?
It's for me.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
weird
only
comment.
I'm
Brenda
only here
loves
for a little
Bev.
while.
Isn't it? It's me,
It's
innit?
just a weird comment
It's a
to make. It's
conversation,
boring
Brenda.
here, yet I'm here. You know, it
Yeah,
doesn't make
it's-
any sense.
Sometimes it's
Where's the
why-
logic in that? Where's the
Well, the
logic in that?
I'll tell you if you shut up. Right? I come in.
God.
For
Is
a
it
short-
boring when you come in? And it's alright until you come in, and then it's boring.
It is all right until Brenda comes in. Well, I mean, this sort of conversation, like, I mean, everybody knows, Brenda, you've got the hots for me. You can't hide it.
No,
Can't
I
hide it.
think no, I don't. I think you're one of the more despicable people.
That's why
that
you
I've
keep
met.
coming. We know, Brenda. We know.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
pathological.
you come here
liar.
because yeah, it's like tugging the little girl's hair at school, isn't it? Going, You're horrible, you are.
You're,
That's what you're doing
you're
now.
pathological.
Is it-
You're a pathological liar,
It's
Beth.
that childhood state that everybody goes into.
There we
When
go.
they get into
There
the
we
thing.
go.
Yeah.
That's why it's boring every time you come here, because it always ends
Well-
up with you
But maybe it's the pin up.
saying liar.
But spot on. Maybe it's like the pin.
That's
The
why.
pent up, like emotions after watching the videos. It has to come in and let it out.
Watching
No, I only
McToons.
come in. I
And
only
Jaren.
come
Have you
in.
been watching Jaren again, Brenda?
I only come in for a short while now and then, maybe 2-3 times a week. I think is what I do.
Yeah, are you
That's
having
all.
to limit yourself?
I
No.
usually do that to boring
No.
things too. I usually go over to the stuff that bores the shit out of me at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do.
Other
Only in
reasons.
short spurts, right?
Subject-
You can't
I
do it.
subject myself to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it for better, like personal betterment?
So I was just wondering if you'd seen what other things do you see? What other things do you watch?
Don't watch anything, Brenda.
You don't do like I watch. I like to watch Netflix movies. I've been watching
Nah.
a Korean show, TV show, and a
Nah.
Oh,
And,
you're so much culture, Brenda.
a show called The Devil in Ohio. There's some others I'm looking for. I'm watching the stuff on Amazon. They have a couple of shows that I've been watching.
That's
Did
interesting.
you ask what Bev liked so that you could list all the things that you like?
Yeah.
Just trying to expand things
Sorting out
beyond
Christmas
flat Earth.
presents and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I
No,
like to
Brenda,
go
I
to-
can't stand flat Earth. Do you not know that yet?
But you're
it's-
flat Earth.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I find it the most
Wow.
boring thing ever, but people keep coming in and talking to me about it.
yeah. Red humiliated you, just humiliated both you and Emma. Absolutely humiliated you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we have a nice conversation about the devil
Well, I
in Ohio instead?
I was trying to talk about other things, but Bev kept pushing
Okay.
it. Bev
I
kept
watched
pushing it.
the I've seen the Devil in Ohio. I've watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, my girlfriend watches that also. Devil in Ohio. She was telling me about
It's
that.
No spoilers.
No,
Yeah.
no. But is
Doesn't
it
matter to
going to
me.
be another series?
maybe. I think it depends on if it's popular or not.
Because it ends really annoyingly otherwise.
I would imagine.
Mm.
They probably ended it in such a way that if it catches on that they can continue it. You know, that's the way they work these days. If it's popular, they'll keep making it, and otherwise they just into the circular file. How are you? But I also like going to Clubhouse. Have you ever been to Clubhouse? There's flat earthers on Clubhouse you could talk to. But mostly I go there. I debate Calvinists and other Christians and some Muslims and stuff. There's lots of
Is
different
that
people.
before or after you watch a show called The Devil in Ohio?
Dude, it's just a TV show.
No, I'm just curious. I just see like a
It's
little
just-
parallel there, you know?
No, there's no parallel. It's a TV show. It's fiction.
I mean, you're into your religion. You're watching a show about, a fictional show about like a religious event, right? With the devil. And you like to go and talk to Calvinists. You like to go talk to other Christians, right? Your words, right?
I'm not a Christian.
Is that before or
I'm not a
after you
Christian.
watch The Devil in Ohio?
It doesn't matter. It's a TV show, dude.
What's the Devil in Ohio about?
It's about a young girl who's in a satanic cult, right? Who escapes.
What do you think about it?
So far, it's a little bit slow.
No, I mean just the plot and the premise of the show.
I just told you the plot is a little bit slow.
No, not the plot. What do you think about the story itself?
It's a story. What do you mean?
Just like Was she? Should she have stayed or should she have left?
Well, given that they physically abused her and mentally abused her, she should have run away. Obviously, yeah.
So it's bad that they did that to her.
I suspect that she's not a very good person.
So it's her fault.
No, it's not her fault. It's a story, and so I have to think about where the writer's going to take it. I think that she's not any better than the people she got away from.
So are you suspending disbelief when you watch it?
Suspending disbelief. What? No, I don't think devils and satanic worship is real, but I can enjoy a show about that.
Good.
Yeah, there you go. Right? Just like I can watch Star Trek and think and know that that kind of universe isn't really real, but I can enjoy the stories.
Yeah, it's just somebody else's ideas.
Fantasy. Yeah.
And it's somebody else, yes, it's somebody else's fiction. Yes. I enjoyed the Harry Potter shows. Some of them were really tedious, but some were okay, but I don't think that magic is real. But I do like going on Clubhouse and debating Christians and stuff. We and talking also with other people about philosophy issues and stuff like that,
You debate Christians.
and Muslims.
Do you think they're wrong?
Yeah.
Do you think you can save them, Brenda? You think you can save the Christians?
From what?
What you think they're wrong about?
Yeah.
In some cases, I think people should continue to believe if that's what helps them to live their life, then they should continue to believe it. Especially, for instance, a lot of Christians will say that the only thing that keeps me from killing people is the promise of an afterlife and the promise of hell. Well, in that case, then you should probably continue believing that. But it's just an intellectual pursuit for me.
What keeps you from killing people, Brenda?
I don't want to.
So there's nothing keeping you from killing people.
Well, just like for you, there's nothing keeping you from it either.
Is killing people bad?
Generally, I would say yes, but sometimes it's okay
Can you give us an example of when it's okay to kill somebody?
if they're trying to kill you.
Well, that's self-defense.
Yeah, it's still killing somebody.
Yeah, but just like somebody.
Yeah, what do you mean?
wanting
Yeah,
to
but
kill- Well, there's a difference between self-defense and just wanting to kill somebody just for the sake of killing somebody.
no, there isn't. No, it's just I didn't
There's
say
not?
just for the sake of it. I didn't say just for the sake. The act of killing somebody. I don't know if I could even do it. I've never been in a fight.
That wasn't what I was talking about. It's just the
Yeah.
difference between self-defense and just wanting to.
If
Kill somebody
somebody's
for
trying to
themselves.
kill, it's not just wanting to kill somebody. I don't want to, but if I had to, I would.
Well, that's what you were talking about with the Christian.
Yeah.
Being okay with them believing it because it
Well,
helps
they're-
them not want to kill somebody.
Yeah, I don't have that desire. I don't want to.
That-
Yeah.
I don't
but-
think they do either, Brenda, do they?
Well, they tell me they do. They tell me they do.
Oh. Some random people tell you that they want to kill people.
Many Christians say that if there was no God, then I would go around raping and killing people.
You would. You probably would.
No,
wouldn't you?
not me, them. When
Why?
you say
Why?
when you're quoting
Who says
somebody-
that?
I've been around
Is it?
Christians my whole
Go on,
life.
have you
I've
got a
never-
have you got a clip of
never met
anybody
one.
actually saying that? Because that sounds amazing. Have you got anybody quoted anybody anywhere, Brenda?
no, I don't
No,
usually.
so you're just
I don't
making that
us-
shit up then, aren't you?
No, I just don't really always record what I'm doing. I don't.
Mm. Oh, now? Oh, right. Yeah. Do you want me to do it then? I don't mind.
So why do you always end up talking about other people, Brenda? Like,
I've just been talking about myself.
No, you
What
were
do you mean?
talking about Christians that you talk to.
Yeah, and I was talking about the things that I do. I started off with movies I like, TV shows I like, and then I moved on to other things I like to do.
Yeah.
And one of them includes debating Christians on whether or not God exists. Right? So I go to places where that is specifically what we're doing.
So you're of the opinion that you don't think God exists.
Oh, it's not just my opinion. I know for a fact that I don't. That I think God does not exist.
You're Gnostic.
I know for a fact that
You're a Gnostic atheist.
I know for a fact that I do not believe in that God exists.
You don't think, or you know, like you did say you knew before. Is it?
Do you really always have this much trouble following a conversation?
Do you know, or do you think, Brenda?
I know that God does not exist. Yes.
Okay, so you know something does not exist. So you can prove the non-existence of something, can you?
Oh, I don't have to. It's the same way I know that unicorns don't exist.
How do you know unicorns don't exist?
I don't see them anywhere.
Oh. So that's your proof that God doesn't exist, is it? Or is that different?
Well, the Christian God can't exist, right? Because it's a logical fallacy. But something like say...
Whoa. What do you mean a logical fallacy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
If the definition of your deity involves a...
What deity? No, just talk about your case that you're making here.
You have trouble understanding you said in a third person, don't you? Do you know what third person means?
Go on.
Do you know what third person means?
Explain it to...
You don't know?
Yeah, go on.
You don't
explain
know.
it to us.
Yeah, you don't know.
Go on, explain it to us, Brenda.
I don't know how to talk to you then if you don't know what the third person is.
Well, I don't know why you're here.
What are you talking about?
You don't know how to talk to people because you can't explain what third
I didn't say I
person
don't
is.
know how to. I didn't say you can't follow a conversation at all, can you?
It sounds like you're struggling, Brenda. Really?
No, you're the one having trouble.
No, I'm fine.
When asked to explain something you said, usually you explain what you just said and not say, you don't understand, I don't want to talk to you.
I used you as a third person plural, right? And you didn't understand that.
Yeah, well, explain it, Brenda.
No.
What?
This is like third grade grammar.
Well, we're just having
figure
a
it
simple
out.
conversation, Brenda.
Brenda does not like being here.
Why don't you figure it out? Why don't I
figure out what you're talking about?
Why don't you figure out
pretty obvious
English grammar? Figure out English grammar. Figure out what a third person plural means.
And how's that going to help us, Brenda?
What?
Yeah, you're brilliant, Brenda. Is this your normal debate style?
Do you know what? No, because I don't usually talk to people that don't understand elementary school grammar. Huh.
But you're here, Brenda.
Yeah, you're still here. You love it.
That's true.
That's true. Love it.
Because it is.
And you can't even teach me, Brenda. I mean, how could we ever hope to communicate properly like you want if you can't teach somebody who doesn't even know elementary grammar? It's terrible, Brenda. I don't know how you're gonna end up having this date that you want to have with us. How could we ever hope to communicate?
Did you learn what execution means today? Chaiki says you didn't know until today.
Oh, you mean like Chaiki wanted to execute me?
Do you know what execution is?
It's when you kill somebody, isn't it?
Not really. That's
well, I think that's the way that Chaiki seems to be doing it for me.
That's not the full meaning of the word.
Oh, right.
It involves killing somebody, but and actually it doesn't have to involve killing a person.
Okay. But it's just that Chaiki's publicly done it on Twitter.
Because you could.
And it's good of you to bring it up, Chaiki's mental state at the minute.
Oh, maybe Chaiki's executing the orders that were given to him.
Yeah. That could be it. Yeah. Is that what? Have you ever seen the tweet? Have you seen it, Brenda?
I'm not on Twitter.
Oh, right. So Chaiki's got you to say something, and you don't even know what it is. That's handy, isn't it? Like Chaiki pulling the strings, is he?
Yeah,
Chaiki, your master.
Sometimes I don't know whether or not you actually don't know these things, or you're just a pathological liar.
I see a lot of people going mad at the minute, like literally insane, Brenda. I think you're one of them yourself.
I'm not insane, so I'm not sure if you intentionally do this stuff or not, right?
I intentionally talk to you when you come in here. Yes, I make a point of talking to you specifically, Brenda, because when you come in here, you sort of do this thing where you demand that you be the center of attention, and so we make a bit of time out just for you, Brenda, so we can talk to you.
It bothers you, doesn't it? It bothers you, doesn't it, that somebody else is getting...
bother me? No, I said that we specifically make the time to talk to you. You center stage, Brenda, every time you come in here. Everybody knows that. Like, Brenda's there. That's why everybody's coming.
No, that's what this is all about, isn't it?
What? You coming in here and talking?
Yeah. No, that's what this is all about.
You coming in here and talking? Yes, Brenda, that's what this is about. This place is about people who come in and talk to us.
Yeah, this place is about you sitting here waiting for people to come in to entice them in, right? To entice people.
No, I wouldn't say. Do you think I'm enticing you, Brenda?
You want to entice people to come in here, right? So that you can abuse them.
Do you? That's what you think, Brenda? Are you enticed?
I kind of think that might be true.
Well, you know, this is a server where we talk to people, Brenda.
But you really don't.
It's a thing about conversation. Really well, when you come in, maybe a little bit different than usual. But yeah, we do give you the time. We give every learning experience, talking to everybody. It's the main thing.
I'm already learning right now. I'm already learning. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda doesn't do well with compliments.
We're all learning, Brenda, in this thing. This is the trivium thing.
Oh, that's right. Have you learned what the difference between sound and ballad is yet?
We just do basic logic, Brenda.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
That was basic logic.
Yep.
Sound and ballad. Do you know the difference?
The different words, yeah, they're spelt differently. It starts off with a different word.
Okay, so you don't know.
Letter. One starts with an S and one sounds with a V. They're definitely different words.
You don't know the difference between sound and ballad, yeah. And you've been doing this how long? 2 years? Yep. Google it. Look it up.
So you find Bev alluring, Brenda?
Of course.
No, I don't.
How could you not?
Not at all. I find him repulsive.
Oh.
But yet you come all the time and talk to him. It's specifically him.
And you too, Essie. You too, Essie. You're probably one of the worst. Until Bev, I thought you were one of the worst flat earthers on the internet.
Oh, thank you. Coming from you, that's a big thing for me. Thank you, Brenda.
SC, what do you do when you're bored?
I don't know. I flip coins in the air.
I mean, yeah. Well, if you were bored, would you go somewhere where you hated people?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
I mean that. I don't know. It's a bit.
But you know what I found fascinating?
Oh, there's
what Brenda said
entertainment.
before.
There's entertainment to be had. Definitely.
Yeah. You entertain us, we entertain you. I'm curious. The God that you said you don't believe in, Brenda, is that the God of the Bible, or you just don't believe in a creation? Period.
Well, I don't believe in any creator gods. No.
So how did we come about in your mind?
Evolution.
Evolution. You fell for that story, right?
It's not a story.
So what started the first spark of life? Well, who did that?
You mean abiogenesis, or do you mean evolution? Because
how did life start, in your opinion?
Don't know.
Your experience did this. You do the Bible, guys.
Don't know how life started.
You don't know how life started, but it didn't start with a creator.
Correct.
So what kind of logic is that?
That's called an inference from best explanation.
Right. Have you heard of irreducible complexity, Brenda?
Yes, I have.
Would you care to give us a little rundown of what it is?
It's gibberish.
It's gibberish.
Right, because if something is complex, it can be reduced, can't it?
Yeah, but let's take a mousetrap, for example. If one of the parts of the mousetrap doesn't work, Brenda, could that trap work?
Yeah. You could remove the base of the trap and simply put the other parts onto, say, screw them into the floor, and it would still work.
Yeah, but you still you use the floor as the replacement of that part you took off, right?
Sure.
So then that part was needed. You couldn't reduce its complexity without making it not function, correct?
It could still function in other ways for other purposes.
Not for a mousetrap, though.
So the mousetrap example was the one given at the trial, and it failed because, they lost that trial. They lost that decision for exactly this reason.
Yeah, but you're using something that happened there, but me and you are talking now, and you failed to explain how a mousetrap could work.
I did.
You didn't. You replaced the bottom of the mousetrap with a floor.
You can remove the base.
Yeah, but you replaced the base.
Well, the pieces can have other uses.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to be a mousetrap, though, right?
But the pieces can have other uses.
That's not the issue. The issue is if you remove one piece of the mousetrap cannot function as it was designed. Correct, Brenda?
That is the issue, right? In evolution, there are structures that can have a function, right? And then that function can change over time due to evolution.
Yeah, but without all those things that make that function, as you call it, without that complete system, that function would not be able to be achieved. Correct, Brenda?
No, that's not true. Like, say, for instance, the evolution of the eye, all the various components evolved over time. You don't have to have a fully functioning mammal eye in order to be able to have the function of being able to see.
Yeah, and if that mammal didn't have the eye to begin with, how is it going to get around? How could a mammal evolve an eye?
That's not how evolution works.
That's exactly how it works, and that's why you have nothing, you have nowhere to go here, Brenda. You know that.
Pokemon. It's not Pokemon. Individuals don't simply sprout an eye.
What are you talking about Pokemon for, Brenda?
It's called Pokemon evolution. It's a common misconception of evolution.
Is that a normal debate thing? That of the Pokemon.
How do you use the Pokemon in a debate? Yeah, I'm curious.
Have you learned that from the debate forums that you go to?
In the game Pokemon, you have the individual monster.
I know what Pokemons are, Brenda. I'm just wondering why you're using the Pokemon in the debate sort of setting. Do you often do that?
It's like an example, right?
Do they laugh at you when you use that?
It's a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
So what
do they laugh?
Did you learn that from the debate forums that you go to?
So what happens is
that advanced debating?
So that what happens is the Pokemon, develop.
They evolve.
Yes,
I've seen
they
that.
evolve.
Yeah, they evolve.
Yeah, that's not evolution. That's not how evolution works.
That's Pokemon evolution.
Right, and that's the misconception.
So that is actual Pokemon evolution.
So that's the misconception about what evolution is.
I don't think so, Brenda. That's not the misconception about Pokemon evolution.
Right, individuals don't evolve.
How does Pokemon evolution compare to regular real life evolution?
They're the opposite, practically.
So Pokemons devolve?
No, Pokemons has individuals suddenly like popping out another ability, right? It just pops out of their body or something.
No, you can no. The abilities are moves. You can learn the moves. Only certain characters can learn certain moves, but you don't evolve the abilities.
Yeah.
The abilities come separate. They're like birth, I think, in Pokemon. Yeah.
So that's
have
not how
you ever done Pokemon, Brenda? Do you know much about it, or do you just do the debate Pokemon technique?
Right. So
have you ever played Pokemon, Brenda?
So that's not how evolution works.
Brenda, come on. Have you ever played Pokemon, the game?
With a mousetrap. I mean, is that how well do you do in these forums? Because you don't seem pretty good at this.
Well, I think I'm doing just fine.
With bringing up Pokemon? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a common creationist misconception.
How do you think you'd fare if you bring up a Pokemon?
Do the creationists bring up Pokemon, Brenda?
Bring up the belief like you did that
you brought up Pokemon. I was just commenting on your bringing up Pokemon. Do the creationists bring up Pokemon in debate?
They bring up the belief, as you did, that individuals
you brought the Pokemon up, Brenda.
They bring up this misconception like you
Pokemon.
did. They bring up this misconception that like you did, that individuals evolve characteristics.
I didn't bring any of that up, Brenda. I didn't bring it. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No,
yes,
you said Pokemon.
No, you did. No, you did. You said, how can an animal... You said, how can an animal... You said, how can a mammal evolve an eye? And
I didn't, Brenda. Brenda.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. No.
Yes, you did. You asked how a mammal can evolve an eye.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You asked how a mammal can evolve an eye. Brenda. How can it see if it doesn't have an eye? If it hasn't evolved an eye, that's Pokemon
I never said
evolution.
that. You might be thinking I was somebody else. Are you thinking SE's me?
That's what you said.
No, I'm pretty sure that was SE. You think SE's me?
That was you.
Are you mistaking
you.
everybody for me now,
That was
Brenda?
you. That was you. You asked.
Talking to.
That was you.
That wasn't him. That was me,
that was
Brenda.
you. That was you.
I really hope, Brenda, you don't do that, because I know that you despise me or love me, one or the other.
I do.
You don't think that everybody's me though, like you've just done with SE there, because that'd be really bad if you were doing that in just general conversation.
So you think that you asked, how can a mammal see?
I didn't.
An eye?
Brenda,
yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, I don't think I did. In fact, I know I didn't, Brenda. I just commented on you bringing the Pokemon into the debate scenario. It was you that brought Pokemon in. Yes, you did.
I did not.
You're losing it, Brenda. Are you sure you're
I mentioned the word. I mentioned the word, but I didn't
Pokemon.
Bring up the metaphor.
When did you bring up Pokemon in debate? When do you normally do that? Is that on that debate thing?
After you asked it, how can a mammal see if it hasn't evolved an eye? Yes, that was you. That was you. It was.
It wasn't. It was SE.
It was. That was
SE. But if you want to think that SE's me as well,
yeah,
that'd be fine. This is great. Is this normally how your debates go?
No, that's why you're probably one of the worst human beings I've ever met.
And that's why you come here, isn't it?
To make you look like a fool. I've done it several times.
I think you like the abuse, Brenda.
Yeah.
I think you're into abusive.
No, Brenda likes to pretend that Brenda's giving abuse. Likes giving abuse.
No, I'm just humiliating you Right?
No,
is that what this is about, SE?
Is that what you like doing, Brenda? Do you like trying to humiliate
Is that what
people?
this is about?
Do you get off at it?
About what, Brenda?
Is that what this is about?
What do you mean?
When you're bored, you like to humiliate people.
Abuse.
Yeah.
Abuse. So
You're
That's
the
what
one
you're
that
here
likes
for,
abuse, Brenda.
is that what this is about, SE?
You come in and you say, "Hey, idiots!" It's like you come in starting a
No.
fight. I think you like this shit. Yeah,
You
know
like
it.
the abuse, right? That's what this is about.
Brenda,
So
yes,
when
you
you're
like
talking
to
about
try
abuse,
and
Brenda.
give people abuse. Yes.
When you're bored, you
we've
abuse
got
people.
it.
Is that what this is about, though?
Is
why
it?
You, need to,
you tell us,
that's
Brenda.
Why you need to, that's
is that why
need
you
to
come here,
entice
Brenda?
people.
You were
That's
bored,
why you need to
came in.
entice people in here.
We don't
so
entice
then you
anybody
can-
in here. You come of your own accord, Brenda.
That's
Who
your
enticed
word,
you to
Bev,
come?
not
Who
mine.
enticed you to come, Brenda? Who enticed you to come? Was it Bev?
Nobody. I was.
I mean, he
bored.
does have a sexy voice. I'll give him that.
No, he sounds like a freaking freak.
Then why are you so infatuated with him?
Hang on, SC.
Did you say
Is it his
freaking
beard?
freak?
Freaking
Is it his
freak.
beard you like?
Make
Brenda?
notes. Okay.
Sounds like
good.
a
He's got a
freak.
sexy
He
beard, huh?
sounds like he belongs in a circus.
That was a
Is
good
it
one.
a strike?
Circus.
Brenda, is it a striking
ringmaster.
physique that
They're
does
one of the freaks in the circus now.
They don't have freaks in circuses anymore, Brenda.
Oh, you could start a new one. You could start another
You're
one.
living. No,
Can't
it wouldn't be nice, would it, Brenda?
Yeah, you can't body shame anymore.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's not good, that sort of stuff, is it, Brenda?
So how do you
Brenda,
fare
get rid of
using
that.
that argument, Brenda? I mean, you didn't do pretty good against me today. Like you did pretty bad, actually. If we were in a debate, I'd be mopping the floor with you on this. People would be laughing at you right now.
And I'm still not sure how Brenda was enticed. Can you explain how you were enticed by Bev
So
specifically?
your illusion, SE, that you've defeated me or that people have laughed at me, none of that matters. Right?
No,
How would you assess
Brenda.
your performance then? How would you assess your using
I would say
Pokemon
that-
as evolution?
I would say that I was continually shouted down and overtalked.
Shouted down.
What are you talking about, Brenda?
You do know this
You
is
talk more than
recorded,
anybody.
Like right now, you can't have an adult conversation. You just can't.
Wow. Is
Brenda,
that what
you brought
think
in
you're doing?
Pokemon in a debate, in a conversation
I
with me
didn't.
on evolution. Are you kidding me?
It's
You brought
it's
in
a metaphor.
Pokemon.
See, it's a metaphor.
That was a joke, right, Brenda?
That's
Tell us that was- I
advanced.
wanna laugh.
That's advanced debate technique with Brenda. We're going to do a
It's just a
masterclass, all
metaphor.
right, Brenda?
Right.
How to
Evolution-
how to debate.
Evolution takes place
Debate
at
master.
the population. See, like this,
Master debater.
Bev can't help but continually interrupt and overtalk and shout people down.
I'm
and then when he doesn't get his way,
building
he
you up,
wanders
Brenda.
off.
This is
right
great.
now.
I love it.
Like right now, he can't help but overtalk people. You're just a horrible person, Bev. Horrible.
Yeah.
You have no manners.
That's why
you have
come
no
here.
manners.
That's why you come here.
So
You
why
have
do
no
you keep
manners,
coming
Bev.
back? That fascinates me, Brenda. Why do you keep coming
Because
back?
in order to make him look like the fool that he is, which I've done.
But the opposite happens,
Brilliant.
Brenda. You don't realize
You want to
it.
do it some more, Brenda?
That's your opinion.
Yeah, come
Nobody
on, Brenda.
cares about
Let's
your
give us
opinion.
some more. Like, yeah, you've done your job, but I mean, you may as well add some extra points in.
So evolution takes place at the population level, not at the individual level. Individuals don't evolve, populations do. Evolution is a logical consequence of population genetics.
Brilliant.
See?
Yeah, there you
When
go.
I get to
no Pokemon
there you go.
needed. Well done.
No
Well
response.
done.
Because when I get to have time and I'm not being rudely interrupted by the children here, right? Then I can get the full sentence out, and then you have no response.
Brilliant.
Say
like
that again. What do you
I
think
thought
you
it
got
was
there?
round of
What
applause.
did you think you got there?
I explained to you what evolution is.
Without Pokemon?
Evolution happens. Where did you say? At what level? I missed that. I'm sorry.
Population, the level of the population, not at individuals.
The level of the population.
The
So
level
the
of the
population
population.
as a whole evolves into what? How? What mechanism?
Natural selection.
Natural. So the whole population will sprout. I don't know. another arm, or will evolve? The whole population will evolve into something. So what are we going to evolve into as a whole, Brenda?
What are you talking about?
We're a species, right? Humans.
Yeah.
Did we stop evolving?
No, I don't think we have stopped.
Okay, then the question to you is, what are we as a whole, not as an individual, what are we going to evolve into, according to Brenda?
What are you talking about?
Enlightened
not an
beings.
understandable
That's
question?
what we're doing, isn't it, Brenda? We're evolving into enlightened beings. And
well, if there's evolution, right, a constant evolve the species here,
natural
right?
selection. It's
right. So what are we going to evolve if we didn't stop evolving?
What are you talking about?
Brenda gets confused. I see. Don't watch what
you're
doing.
Very confused.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're a debater, Brenda?
Yeah, so you're not making any sense.
Yeah, that's the way to get around it.
Which part of what are we going to evolve into if we didn't stop evolving? Do you have a problem?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, because evolution happens.
Brenda, SC is asking you to do a little evolutionary foreshadowing, if you will.
Yeah.
Does that make more sense?
Not really.
No, we want you to use your expansive imagination and tell us what you think what is to come. What are we going to evolve into next? What is the next step
How the fuck
in the
would I
evolution
know?
process?
Give us a story.
You understand?
How the fuck would I know?
Well, using the past and all of your knowledge of evolution, Brenda. Like, you know where we've come from. Where do you think we're going?
Yeah, like the Pokemon evolved the thing, right? What are we going to evolve?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not how evolution works.
We're talking about evolution,
You're caught
Brenda.
in a corner and you're mumbling now.
No, I'm not. Right? Evolution happens at the
So
population
you do know
level.
what we're talking about.
No,
you were doing better with Pokemon, Brenda. You really were. You were doing better with Pokemon.
Oh, Brenda's never played Pokemon.
You almost caught them all.
I'd absolutely cream Brenda at Pokemon.
Level,
Wouldn't have a fucking chance.
So, human species isn't really a thing.
What?
What
do you mean?
You were using the words wrong. Like, what is a human species going to evolve into? What happens is that there's genetic diversity, right? People have different genetic characteristics.
Okay. So what's the next evolutionary step for mankind?
It depends. Who knows? It depends. It depends on what is facilitates the survival, right?
I know what's coming. Mental disorders.
I was gonna say a USB port, but okay.
That doesn't make any sense. You still don't. You still have like this childlike understanding, right? It's genetic diversity, and those genetic mutations that are harmful get weeded out, and those that are beneficial remain.
So what are we gonna? What's beneficial?
I don't know the future.
How are the mental disorders beneficial, Brenda? I don't think they're beneficial at all.
This would all depend on the future environment, right?
Can you see how mental disorders help people?
By definition, they're not helpful because they're disorders, right? That's what disorder means, that it's not helpful.
So how many debates have you won on evolution? I don't think many. How many debates do you think you've won in the evolution forum?
Plenty, sure.
How do you win? I mean, does anybody ever bring up irreducible complexity?
Yeah, and then I just bring up the Dover trial.
The Dover trial. So you think something that was settled in court?
Yes.
So you think? Wow.
Yes, it was shown to be that creationism is a religion, right? And evolution is science. That was determined in court.
And what evidence did they show for this evolution? I'm really curious.
It was a long trial. You can look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there must be. Must be. Intelligent design is basically creationism, and it's religion. It's not science.
Well, they didn't have a good lawyer, I'm sure.
Well, I think they had enough money. They had the best they could buy.
So their lawyer couldn't argue irreducible complexity, which I could do in like 2 minutes.
They did. They did argue it.
Okay, so what proof did they bring for this evolution?
Proof.
Science.
What proof?
You give evidence, not proof. Science doesn't prove things.
Okay, what evidence?
All right. Well, there's fossil evidence.
Did the scientists say that? We're going to not bring any proof because we're science and we're not going to... There's no proof of this.
Scientific theories
we're going to bring that to
evidence.
win a court case.
I mean, surely you're aware of the dispute going on. Yeah,
science... Did the other side have any proof either, Brenda?
No, they didn't. That's why they lost.
What? Well, you said the science didn't have any proof.
Not what I said.
Yeah, you did. You said science didn't have any proof. And then the other guys didn't have any proof either, but that's why they lost, because they didn't have any proof.
Yes.
But science doesn't have any proof either, so that seems a little bit silly, that.
Yeah, that's because you put it incorrectly.
So does science prove things or not, Brenda?
Science demonstrates by way of evidence that the theory is likely to be true.
So no proof of evolution then, according to your own standards.
There's no proof of anything in science. Science doesn't work by proof.
Are you sure, Brenda?
Yes, mathematics proves things. You can prove things in math. You can't prove them in science.
You sure about that, Brenda?
Yeah, I'm quite sure.
So you have no proofs for yourself. Do you hold any individual proofs for yourself, Brenda?
Proofs for myself. I don't know. No, I don't know what that means. Proofs for myself.
Got a clue.
There's evidence for things, and I believe things on a scale of whether something is very likely or very unlikely. And in mathematics, I can prove things. In logic, you can prove things.
What can you prove in mathematics, Brenda?
Well, you can prove that 1 + 1 = 2.
How?
Things like that.
How do you prove that 1 + 1 = 2? Can you give us a gist of that? It should seem pretty easy, that. Give us that proof.
It's not actually easy. It's like there was an entire book on how to prove it called Principia Mathematica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To prove that 1 and 1 is 2.
It's a very long proof. Yes.
Go on. Give us a breakdown of it.
No, I don't have it memorized, so no, I can't.
Give us the gist of it, though. Well, give us a rundown, because the mathematics proves things. So give us an idea of what a mathematical proof goes like.
You establish certain axioms, and within those certain axioms, you can make logical steps, and those logical steps can lead eventually to the conclusion that 1 and addition.
So logic then
works.
Yeah, logic.
Logic and
not maths then.
Logic, that is math. Logic is math.
Okay. So logic is science too, as well, isn't it? Strangely enough.
No, logic is not science. It's math.
Yeah, logic is science as well.
No, it's not. It's math.
Mm-hmm.
So Brenda, if I take one pile of sand and put it to another pile of sand on top of it, do I now have 2 piles of sand?
No, you just have 1 pile of sand.
So 1 and 1 is not always 2, right?
Oh, you didn't add. That's not addition. So you have to define addition. You have to define the operation.
Go on, then. Start with that first, if that's the basics that we're dealing with. Go on.
Right. You start with sets, right?
What's a set?
And then
do you not have to define a set?
Set is a group of things.
Group of things. Do you want to define a thing? Seeing as it's mathematics.
You mean just an element? Right, that would be probably one of your...
No, a thing in yours, because you're having a group of them. So in order to define a set, you said it's a group of things. So what things?
Yeah, it's a container. That is a container.
It's a container?
Yeah.
Okay. So in mathematics?
Conceptually.
Conceptual container?
Well, yeah, it's not a real... It's not like a glass jar.
It's not a glass jar. That's good. Go on. Anything else? A set in mathematics is not a glass jar.
I said it's a container. It's a grouping of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's what you're trying to define as a set.
Well, if you want to imagine it as a metaphor, you can think of it as, like, say, a box, right? A box or a jar.
Mathematical box.
Or a jug or a bowl.
So it doesn't sound much like mathematics. It's going out of mathematics. Sounds like it's going into science. You're trying to use science in order to...
I'm using metaphors. Using metaphors.
No, you're using objects. You're using boxes. You're talking about things.
Metaphors. Yeah, metaphors. Metaphors.
A thing is a metaphor.
No, I'm using a metaphor to explain it.
To explain a group or a set.
Yeah, I'm using a metaphor. I'm using a metaphor.
To describe a group, a set, or a thing. I bet your debates are great, Brenda. Where did you say you were? What was it called? Do you want to give them a shout out?
It's an application. It's called Clubhouse.
Clubhouse? Ooh.
It's just audio. It doesn't have all this other junk that Discord has.
Oh, so there's no way of like you debating with any evidence or anything. It's just like a word debate, that sort of thing.
Well, you
sort
can
of a linguistic thing.
You can talk about it.
Yeah. So, like, no evidence even.
Well,
you can just say you've got evidence, but like you can't show it or anything. There's no way to do that.
Sure, you can talk about it. That can be evidence.
Uh-huh.
Right? So here to prove that
can't seem
the Earth is...
You're here to prove something.
So here, if I want to prove that the Earth is a globe, I just show... I wouldn't even have to show, I would just mention the photograph.
Well, where's the proof?
Taken by the astronauts on their way to the moon. The blue marble.
You can't say that a picture is a proof, Brenda.
I said it's evidence.
Well, you said prove. You definitely said prove.
No, I actually didn't. I said if I want to prove that the Earth is a globe, I can bring up the evidence of the astronauts taking a photograph of the Earth on their way to the moon.
And you think that's a proof?
No, I don't think that's a proof.
Well, how would you prove it then? Because it sounded like before you said you just had to bring up a picture in order to prove
it. Well, I
could
just mention it. I can just mention it. I don't have to
just mention a proof and not actually show it or anything. You just have to mention proof.
Well, I
but even though you have no way of finding that proof or no way of understanding what it is.
I just did it.
Did what?
I just proved it.
Proved what?
That the Earth is a globe.
You proved that the Earth was a globe. Are you sure?
I mean proof in the sense of I gave
you just said a few words.
By proof, I mean I gave strong evidence for
it. You had a picture.
Because there's a colloquial use of proof, and then there's a colloquial use of proof, and which
we don't go with that, Brenda. Like we don't go with your colloquial use of proof.
Oh, I think I can use words. So that's what I was talking about. So there's different senses of words, and you have real trouble because you can only, if you know the word.
Yeah, well, when you use proof, you just talk shit and say that that's proof. I mean, it's not, but you like to think it is colloquially.
I think,
which is a real load of shit. Really,
Can I speak for a second without you talking over me?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, please.
You go.
So this will make it super clear. I think that the photograph made by the astronauts on their way to the moon, the blue marble photograph, I think that is very strong evidence. And in fact, I think it's so strong that people should count it as proof, meaning that it is extremely unlikely that the Earth is flat.
You know,
and that it is
you
very
just
like,
said that they made the photo on the way to the moon.
I said they took the photo.
No, you said they made the photo. I don't know whether you know, like you're slipping. Are you sure you know what you're saying?
That's fine. They took a photo, didn't they?
I don't think.
Yeah, they took a photo.
They took it with them. You already had it.
Is that what you think the word took means here? See, this is you.
Can you make yourself clearer then?
Yeah,
you did say they made it. So they didn't make it. They took it with them.
Right. So
they'd already made it.
Right. This is why you are one of the most dishonest people I've ever met. You think took means they brought a photograph with them.
You said made.
But you don't think that. You
said
just
made,
lying.
and then now you're saying that they took it with them.
Yeah, it means the same thing, Bob. It means the same thing. What? What do you mean what? What
they made it. They made it beforehand and took it with them.
What's a table?
And that's your best evidence. Oh, sorry.
Do you know what a table is? Do you know what a chair is, Bob? Do you know what those things are?
Absolutely.
What is a table?
Is this your debate? Normal debate technique?
What is a table? What is a chair?
Is that one of your normal topics?
Well, I don't usually meet people as stupid and as dishonest as you.
What was it called, that place that you go to? Clubhouse.
Yeah, you don't usually. Most people are smarter than you, Bob. Or if they're not,
I hope
they are not as as disingenuous and lying sacks of shit like you.
Jolly good.
Right.
Is this your usual? Is this your usual debate technique over Clubhouse?
Because when I meet somebody as dishonest as you, because you are extremely dishonest, right? Most people, if I say I took a picture, most people do not think I brought a picture with me. They think I took a photograph with a camera.
Is that after somebody said that they just made it?
You want to argue that because you're a liar.
They made it, you said first, Brenda.
I said they took it.
No, you said they made it.
It means the same thing, Bob.
Doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well, not in my place. That's why I was asking for confirmation.
Were you talking?
You have made as meaning the same thing as took.
Yeah, I said they took a picture.
I'm from Texas. We never say made a picture. We will say take a picture. We'll never say made a picture.
I never said they made a picture. I said
no. You did. You did. We all heard you say that. Yeah.
Bullshit.
When the astronauts made the picture on their way to the moon, yeah, that's what you said. We heard you.
That's fine. That's fine. I just.
It's fine that you said that, or it's fine that we heard you say that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right?
For clarification, it does matter.
She has terms that are all relative. Any word can mean anything.
They're not relative.
Yeah.
They're not relative. They're colloquial. They're just the way people talk.
Yeah.
So
you can say anything you want to use
whatever word you want to for whatever term and whatever generalization you want to do, and then it's okay because when you're called out on it, I didn't really mean that. I mean,
I'm sorry, Brenda. I'm sorry. I took a mistake. I mean, I made a mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, I did not say made. You're lying.
It wouldn't matter if you did because you could just generalize that.
It matters. It matters. It goes to my point, which is that you are all liars.
All of us. Wow.
Well, anybody here who's saying that anybody here who's saying I said made instead of took is lying. They're doing it deliberately.
You definitely did, though, Brenda.
Huh?
You definitely did say made.
No, that's false. That's not true. That's not true. So, you're lying.
Do you want to keep going on about it?
I think the photograph that they took is extremely strong evidence that the Earth is in fact a globe and not flat.
But not a proof.
It is a proof if you consider it a proof.
If you're willing
to.
Wait.
Proof is subjective. Proof is colloquial.
Okay, that's colloquial. Wait.
I don't think that proof is mathematical.
You just set a standard. You just set a standard with what you said. So by your standard that you set, that if you consider it a pure proof, I can take something from somebody else and I can consider it a proof just because they told me.
Yeah, you could. You could do that.
That's what you're doing.
No, I'm just using it colloquially.
Brenda, do you ever watch the show Pawn Stars?
No,
PAWN star, like a pawn shop.
I know what the show is.
You know, people bring in, artifacts or whatnot, and they want money for it, right? So if I just walked in there and claimed I had something that was worth from antiquity, something that was worth, there's no price tag really attached to it. I could just go in there and
Have people done that?
convince them.
Have people done that? Have they walked in there thinking that what they have is really?
No, because he brings in professionals that come in and analyze it to make sure it's legit.
But have people gone in there thinking they had an antique that was worth a lot of money, and it turned out it wasn't?
Yeah, because he's had a professional come in and analyze it and make sure that it was. Yeah.
Okay, so you had somebody else with a
Checks and
different
balances,
opinion.
yeah.
Yeah, so what's the point? What's the point? Oh, there's no point. Okay. Thank you for the story.
Well, you did set
It's
a
just a
standard
story.
to say that you accept what they gave you. You accept those pictures and those astronauts. You accepted it.
I told you.
You say that that's your proof.
I said.
You get the point, Brenda?
Really
Or
sorry.
are you just pretending?
I said that it's very strong evidence, which I take as near certainty, and I'm calling near certainty a proof. For me, a proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody
apart
gave you
from
something.
it's not a proof.
It's just no. It is a proof because that's what proof
It's
is.
your proof. It's a Brenda's proof.
That's right.
Which isn't an actual proof. It's just a colloquial proof that Brenda decides to use in debate format in order to be able to manufacture a proof from nowhere.
Yeah. No, it's subjective. Proof is subjective. If we're talking,
but the weight of your arguments mean more because of your subjectiveness and your debate mastery, that you can just conjure up proofs from nothing, and everybody has to sort of give way to you because you're a master debater.
A proof is just a belief, Bev. It's just a belief.
No, it's not, Brenda.
Yes, it is.
No,
yes.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Yes.
a proof is when you have a concept and you go out and do it yourself and prove to yourself that it works.
Yeah, that's subjective. That's subjective. It totally is. Prove to yourself, that's subjective.
When I use something in reality to prove a concept,
yes, that's subjective.
Okay, so the 3, 4, 5, the Pythagorean theorem, if I go out and do it, like it's a concept in my mind at one point, I go out and do it and it works, that thing is objective now.
The math is objective. You don't know what objective means, do you? You think it means in the real world.
Objective is something that works outside of just your senses.
No, that's wrong.
Subjective is
that's
just
wrong.
your senses.
That's wrong. That's not what it means.
Well, then
It
you still
means-
believe whatever you want to believe.
No, that's just not what it means to be objective. It means that it's not your
Objective is
opinion.
setting aside. Yeah, objective is setting aside judgment and doing something.
No, it's not setting aside judgment.
It is.
No, it's not. Objective means that if you allow me to speak, then I'll go further than simply. If you allow me to speak, right? Objective means that the truth of the statement is independent of your subjective opinion.
Yes.
That's what
So you
objective
go out and do something, and it will be objective because you've tried it and it works.
That's not what objective means. That's not what objective means.
Okay.
I guess that, are you talking about your colloquial objective or the sort of general objective or everybody's objective?
No, I'm talking about everybody.
Or what everybody should be thinking about your colloquial use of objective.
No,
you're not trying to redefine objective to your standards?
No, it's not my standards. These are not my standards.
So is your objective?
Always to the terms, isn't it, Brenda? The identity of things. We have an identity problem about the identity of things.
No, that's because
maybe like the identity of proof.
It's what liars like you depend on.
Why do you always go to that, Brenda?
Because you are, Bev.
I was just saying about the use of words and the identity of things, Brenda.
Bev, Red's rhetoric put your own words up on the screen.
What own words?
Showed that you are a liar.
Showed that he didn't understand a very simple, flawed, logical argument.
No, that's not what those words said.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were. It was a joke that I did 3 years ago.
Yeah, you 3 years ago said you are a flat earther.
I didn't.
That's what you said.
No,
you did. You did.
I didn't.
Everybody could read the words. Everybody could read the words for themselves.
Everybody could read the words and see that I made a really flawed logical argument to take the piss out of a group of people that are struggling with the identity of things, Brenda.
Yeah, everybody could see that.
Brenda, you don't even know what a flat earther is.
As somebody who believes the earth is flat.
Well, I don't believe the earth is flat, so
yes, you do.
I'm not a flat earther. No, Brenda, I definitely know for a fact it is not flat. I can prove it's not flat, Brenda.
Actually, you can't because
yes, I can. It's dead easy to prove it's not flat, Brenda.
You don't even know how to make an argument, Bev. You don't. You don't know how to make an argument, Bev.
You haven't got an argument, Brenda.
Fine, go ahead. Post the argument in normal form. Premise, conclusion. Go ahead.
If the earth
write it down. Write it down. I want to see it.
Flat. Do you want? I'll get you in a meme, all right? Just because that's easier. It keeps flashing up and keeps going round and 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 round.
I want to see.
Never ends, does it, Brenda?
Premise, conclusion. Go ahead.
There you go.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Why the obsession, Brenda, of making Bev a flat earther?
I don't see an argument. Where's your argument?
What's it say, Brenda? Read it out. Read the words.
Read it. Yeah, let's just see if you understand that.
I don't see an argument.
Read the words, please, Brenda.
There's no argument there.
You said write it out, and he wrote it out. It's there. You can read it.
That's not in premise, conclusion form. That's not in logical form.
Go on, what's logical form then? If then.
You've been studying this for years.
Is if then, Brenda, is if then a logical formula?
No, that's a premise. You idiot. That's not a logical argument. If then is a premise. Moron.
Go on. Read the thing, Brenda.
It says flat, not flat.
It says if the earth... I'll fucking get it myself. You're fucking stupid. It's fucking ridiculous, Brenda.
It's just flat,
absolutely
not flat.
Fucking... If the earth is flat, then there will be no measurable change in elevation. There is a measurable change in elevation. Therefore, the earth is not flat.
All right,
that's
provable, easily provable.
Wait, Brenda. Now give your definition of flat.
Means that generally it has a flat orientation. It's an orientation.
Flat isn't an orientation, Brenda.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
Your first
Brenda,
premise
that's
is
ridiculous. That's what flat earthers think, Brenda. Flat earthers think flat is an orientation.
That's what everybody thinks.
No, they don't. Flat is not an orientation, Brenda.
Absolutely it is.
You're obsessed. Have you redefined flat to be an orientation?
In that GIF that you put up there, the bottom GIF is flat.
So what orientation is flat, Brenda?
It's flat means it's overall presentation is being flat, even though it has hills and valleys.
So
you know
just
this.
come in
No,
here and can
what?
make up any
Is it?
definition you want and think like that's an argument?
Come around and ad hom people, slander people, defame people, just because you're redefining words, Brenda.
No, this is you're the one redefining. Nobody else
I'm not
thinks
redefining flat, Brenda.
Yes, you are.
No,
yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
We go back to
you
the
are.
It's
original
not
definitions
an
of the
orientation,
things.
Brenda.
Flat does not mean that it lacks mountains and hills and valleys. That's not what flat means.
Does mean
No,
that.
it does not.
Wow.
That's
Yes, it
your
does.
claim. That's your claim.
So give us a citation where flat doesn't mean that, or it does.
So
mean
I can
that.
have, Brenda, I can have a flat wall with bumps on it.
No, wait. Brenda should post a
Every
citation
flat
where
wall-
flat can mean not flat.
Every wall has
No,
bumps
Brenda's
on it.
just used to talking in this debate format where she just talks about shit.
Oh, she doesn't
get
have
the
to.
way
Don't
with
need
it.
to
any
back anything
citation.
up with anything.
Nah,
no,
yeah,
just
no
allowed to talk
backing.
about it.
It's just subjective.
Yeah.
You can just say whatever you want.
Ad hom. Go on, Brenda. Now's normally the time you do
try
come out with
harder.
some ad
Nobody
hom or
gives a
something.
fuck.
Brenda, a question. If I take a flat wall that's vertical, that's its orientation, right? And I put it down on the floor, where does that make it?
It's
Did
still
the
flat.
orientation? Did the
It's still
orientation?
flat.
Did
It's
the
still
orient? You don't want to hear the
It's
next
still,
question,
it's
right?
still flat. It's still
You don't
flat.
want.
Yeah,
don't
but
wanna
it's still
hear it.
flat. It's flat.
You don't want to.
What?
You hear that?
What?
You hear that auto run mouth? She's scared of the next question. Terrified, aren't you, Brenda? So if we take that wall that's flat, that's vertical, and we put it down, did the orientation change, Brenda?
Yeah, it went from vertical to horizontal.
So it's not the same thing. Flat is not an orientation, correct, Brenda?
It's the orientation of the entire Earth.
You're so easy, man. You're so like you really debate.
It's the orientation of the entire orientation of the entire Earth.
It took
not
me a few sentences
parts
to
of it.
decimate your whole argument, Brenda.
You didn't
That's
do
why
any
you
such
love
thing.
me so much.
You didn't do any such thing.
You just said flat is an orientation, and
Yeah.
you just said with your own words that the wall, which was vertical, that's an orientation. When I put it down, what did you say, Brenda? It's the
still
same,
flat.
right?
It's still flat. Yeah.
Yeah. So there goes your argument, Brenda.
No, because we're not talking about that.
You said flat was an orientation,
Yes.
and I just made flat two different orientations, and you said it's the same. There's your dialetheism, Brenda.
No, that's not.
You're too easy, Brenda.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't even have
dialetheism.
to break a sweat debating you. Like,
It's not dialetheism.
it sure as hell is dialetheism.
No,
You
that's not what the
believe
word means. That's not what the word means. That's not.
You
what the
believe
word
in
means.
two truths. You believe in two orientations are the
That's
same.
false.
Vertical
That's
and
false.
horizontal are the same for you, Brenda.
No, that's false. That's
Brenda,
false.
do you believe that flat Earth is vertical?
No, I don't.
But it is an orientation, flat.
Yeah, that would be a orientation, but that was not what I was talking about.
Not that orientation. You were talking about a different
I'm talking about-
orientation.
The other orientation. That's
Yeah.
dialetheism, Brenda.
Yeah.
Two
No, it's
Two-
not.
Yeah.
different
No, it's
things
not.
are the same. Yes,
How many
Brenda.
No, it's
orientations
not.
does flat have?
I'm saying they're different. I'm saying they're
Classical,
different.
clinical dialetheism, Brenda.
I'm saying they're different things.
I'm with
not saying they're the
SE.
same.
Definitely dialetheism, Brenda. You want flat to be two different, well, many different things, but mainly for when you want it to be an orientation. That's how you want to use it. And I've never used flat as an orientation ever.
I'm saying it's the orientation of the entire Earth.
Did
not its parts.
QE teach you that one? Because he was the one that
Not its
initially
parts.
taught me
It's so-
that people do think that sort of shit.
It's just so
Not the
weird
part.
that like somebody comes in and is arguing for flat earthers.
Mhm.
Am I talking?
Again?
I'm talking about the whole, not the parts.
Brenda's a flat earther.
Yeah.
Well, she's
I'm talking
arguing
about
for
the
flat
whole-
Earth, like the flat earthers that come in argue
I'm
the same way
talking about
Brenda
the
is
whole,
right now.
not the parts. I'm talking about the whole, not
The
the
whole
parts.
of the flat Earth movement. Yeah,
No,
obviously.
the whole of the Earth. The whole
You
of
can-
the Earth by flat earthers.
You're now
It is
arguing
flat.
for the flat earthers.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Thank you.
No, I'm
You
not.
are.
And the
They,
flat
they
Earth-
have said this. They have come in and said the
No.
same exact thing you're
That's
saying.
right.
This is I've had
Yes,
this
they have.
discussion with QE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying the exact same thing.
As
So
QE.
you
Yeah,
and QE are on the same
Yeah.
same team?
Same argument.
No, we're not on the same team.
Well, it sounds like you are.
Well, that's because you're stupid.
Yeah,
Well,
QE
you're saying the
shouted
same
a bit
things he
more,
said.
Brenda, but you're
really
doing
stupid
it.
if you think-
You're doing it like this, right? But QE does the same sort of thing.
Yeah, so what?
Well, like you and QE are definitely on the same team as far as this. Yes.
No, that doesn't
I
follow.
wonder who else you could have with that.
We've had the same people. We've had flat earthers
yeah,
come in
that
and
doesn't
argue the
mean
exact
anything.
same way you are.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
It means you're on
It
the
means
same
you're
team.
on the same team.
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
mean
you
we're
are.
on the same
Your
team.
mindsets are exactly the same.
If you say 2 + 2 is 5, and me and QE say 2 + 2 is 4, we both agree on that, but we're not on the same team.
But no dictionary
moron.
or anything says flat is an orientation.
It simply
which
means
orientation?
I'm talking simply
So
about.
you've got no one. It's just you and
Oh.
QE, Brenda.
No,
You
it's
and QE
everybody.
are saying 2 + 2 is 5. In this special circumstance when we're talking about Big E. And it's fucking ridiculous.
No, you're just lying cunts. That's all.
Brenda, is vertical and horizontal? Are they?
How do you
orientated?
level a sphere, Brenda? How do you level a sphere? Sorry, whoever cut in, you can go next. I'm sorry, bro. You were
Right.
low.
So I'm talking about the entire Earth, not its parts.
So how do you level a sphere? I'm curious.
No, I'm talking about the entire Earth,
Well,
not
I
the
don't
parts.
know about the entire whole, Brenda.
Oh, I do.
Like you.
Yeah, I do.
You've seen
Yeah,
the
I don't
entire
know.
Earth?
I don't pretend I know
I do.
the entirety.
I do know. I do know.
Well,
I
there
know.
you go.
Yeah,
That'll be
you
why
know.
you're much better at this redefining words than anybody else.
It's not
Because you know
redefining words.
everything. You know the entirety.
It's not redefining words. It's the same
Where did
meaning.
you see the entirety at?
I already told you.
Yeah, some guys gave her a picture and she believes it.
Hmm.
Nobody gave me a
They
picture.
made a
Yeah,
picture.
that's what you said. They made a picture.
I know
sorry.
that's another lie. I never said made. I
No,
said
they took it
a
with them.
picture.
Well, but still,
No, nobody said.
regardless, you
Nobody said
believe-
they took
you
it with
believe
them.
that.
Gav,
They
you
handed
liar.
it to you.
You're
They
a lying
handed it
sack
to
of
you.
shit.
They handed
You're
it
a
to you.
liar.
You believe it. You
So
believe
You're
it.
dishonest. You're a dishonest, sophist liar. Right? I never
That's
said.
projection,
I
isn't
never
it, Brenda?
said made. I never said made, and I never said they took it with them.
Doesn't matter.
They-
You
they
believe
snapped-
that they took it and they handed it to you, and you just
Yeah.
believe it blindly.
Nobody
And you
handed
think flat
anything
is an
to me.
orientation, Brenda? That's a
Yes.
breakthrough. I didn't.
Yes.
I bet anybody didn't know that.
Bev, it's the orientation of the entire Earth.
I
not
bet
the
Flat
parts.
Earth Society think that flat is an orientation too, don't
Yes, they do.
There
They
you
do.
go. See,
Brenda's
you,
Flat Earth Society?
Brenda, and Flat Earth Society.
Yeah,
And QE.
flat earthers.
And Nathan Oakley.
Yes, they think it's an
Yes.
orientation also.
Yes, it's fucking ridiculous, isn't it, Brenda?
Nathan Oakley and Quantum Eraser both think that the Earth being flat is the orientation of the whole
They think
Earth,
flat
not
is
the
an
part.
orientation, Brenda.
of the whole Earth.
They think
that what you
flat
think,
is an
Brenda?
orientation, and so do you.
The whole Earth, not
Should we
the
find?
parts.
What do you reckon about Jaren? And
Of the whole Earth, not the parts. Jaren would agree with me. It's
would
of
he?
the whole Earth,
Jaren?
not the
I'll have to
parts.
see if Jaren.
Jaren
agrees
would agree
you.
with me that
Yeah.
he's not talking
about Bob?
He's not talking.
What about Bob?
He's not talking. None of them would agree with you.
What about
Nobody
Bob?
thinks this.
What about
This
Bob?
is your sophistry.
Brenda.
This is your sophistry.
Brenda, what
your
about Bob?
lie. This is you lying,
Brenda,
Beth.
what
this
about
is you being a
Bob?
liar. This is you lying,
Brenda,
Beth.
what about Bob?
This is you lying, Bev.
Brenda, you lie every time you
No,
talk.
I've told the
Come
truth
on.
the entire time.
Bullshit.
You're lying. You misrepresented everything I've said. You're lying.
You're a liar. That's all
No,
you
you're
do.
lying. You're lying.
Lying.
Right?
Is Bob? Would he think flat is an orientation as well, Brenda?
He would agree with me that he's not talking about hills and valleys. He's talking about the whole Earth, not
You're-
the parts.
Aren't you a flat earther, Brenda? Two-dimensional surface kind of gal?
Yeah.
No, the Earth is a globe, objectively,
2D.
verifiably a
Oh,
globe.
no. You said it's two-dimensional. 2D.
The surface is, not the whole Earth.
There you go. What?
The
2D
surface-
and with an orientation of horizontal.
And level.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Brenda,
No.
you
What do we use levels for then?
Surface is 2D, Brenda, and you think flat is an orientation.
That's
yeah,
a fact.
it is the orientation of the whole Earth, not its parts.
2D, flat, orientation.
Well, the Earth is objectively 3D, isn't it? The whole Earth is 3D, not 2D.
We live
Yeah,
in 3D.
everything's
objective
3D,
reality.
Brenda, everything.
I never said anything else.
Okay, well,
Except for things that are 2D, right?
yeah, don't worry about that. I mean, forget about that complete contradiction that you've just done. But I mean, you're an atheist.
There's no contradiction.
Expected.
There's no contradiction, idiot. There's no
Everything's
contradiction, you idiot.
3D apart from
Things that are 2D.
there you go.
Like
Contradiction.
the surface of the Earth is 2D. The surface of the Earth is 2D.
What else is 2D? Can you hand me a 2D object, Brenda?
No, because they are
Yeah,
concepts. They don't exist in
colloquially-
reality.
So
Locally,
just the
you can,
surface
yes.
that we walk on is a concept.
No, that's a real thing.
But you just said it's 2D, and 2D is a concept,
No.
right?
Yeah, 2D is a concept. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're walking on a
everything's
concept. Then,
3D.
according to Brenda.
No, we're not walking on concepts.
Sure about that?
But if we're walking on a 2D surface and 2D is a concept, aren't we walking on a concept?
We don't walk on a 2D surface. We walk on on the 3-dimensional Earth.
On a concept you were about to say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That-
it is 3D. Everything in reality is 3D.
well,
Right.
mostly, yeah, I think so.
So there
Mostly.
is no flat, is there? Because flat is 2D, isn't it? Or as close as you can get to 2D in
Well,
reality.
2D is a concept.
Yeah, 2 dimensions. Yeah, we all know what
Yeah.
that means. Yes.
3D is a concept too, isn't it?
No, 3 dimensions is the reality that we live
Oh,
in,
it's
Brenda.
definitely- What do you mean? It's definitely a concept.
It's,
You're a
it's
concept,
definitely reality, Brenda.
Can you think about 3D?
Yeah, it's reality, Brenda.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
called
just
a
look around
concept,
you.
Bev.
Brenda,
That's called a
everything
concept,
you
Bev.
see, Brenda, everything you see or ever experienced is 3D.
Can you think about 3D, SE?
Yeah, I
No,
just
think
look.
it's a
Okay,
think
open
that's a
my
argument.
eyes.
concept. That's
Brilliant.
congratulations. That's a concept.
I can't
No, it's
wait
not.
to
It's
get you in this
reality,
debate
Brenda.
thing, Brenda. I bet you're the star pupil
Congratulations.
over there, aren't you? Are you one of the leading debaters
So
over
that's
there,
a
Brenda?
concept.
Do they all go,
You know,
yay, Brenda's
The
here?
problem is most of
Not
those
if one of
people,
us goes there, Bev. I don't think she'll be that popular anymore.
most of those people understand the difference between concepts and reality. You
Well,
don't.
Yeah,
3D is
they do,
reality,
yeah.
Brenda. Yeah, we all
Unfortunately,
know
you
that.
don't.
No, 3D is a concept.
3D is reality. Everything
No, it's a
in
concept.
reality is 3D, Brenda.
No, it's a concept.
To you. But to me, 3D is
it's a concept.
everything in reality. That's how I understand
you don't
the
know that.
world
You
around
don't
me.
know.
3D.
You don't know that everything in reality is 3D. You don't
Yes,
know
of
that.
course I do.
Have you looked at everything?
Agreed to it no more than like
Brenda,
2
you've
minutes
looked at the
ago.
whole
Have
Earth.
you looked at everything? Have you looked at everything,
Are
Bev?
Are you going
claim
back on
to
what
have.
you
You
said
looked at
earlier?
everything. Have you
Are you-
looked at
Brenda,
everything,
you
Bev?
claim to have looked at everything.
Have you looked at everything? Is everything 3D?
Yes, Brenda.
Did
Everything
you
that
go
I've seen,
everywhere in the universe? Did you
everything
go
that I've ever
everywhere?
seen, Brenda, is 3D. Yes.
That doesn't mean anything.
You
Well,
literally-
Follows, Brenda.
Every swan I've
Is
seen
this
is
how
white.
you
Therefore,
debate
there can't be
normally,
any
Brenda?
Black swans?
Is this normally how you debate?
is
If every
contradicting
swan I've
yourself
seen is
like
every
2 minutes
swan I've
later?
seen is
That's
white.
debate.
Therefore, all swans are white. That's not true, right?
Wait
That's
a
not
minute.
true.
Wait a minute. No more than 2 or 3 minutes ago, you
No,
agreed
every
that everything is
swan-
everything in
Every
reality is
swan I've
3D.
seen. Here's what Bev said. Every
Mhm.
swan I've seen is white. Therefore, all swans are white. That's
I
not
think
true.
you said that.
I've seen black
Oh, you-
swans, Brenda.
You don't have any black swans. You say
Yeah,
everything
I've
is
seen a
3D.
black swan, Brenda.
Oh,
You've seen everything then, have you?
Everything I've seen is 3D, Brenda. Yes. Have you
Right.
got
Every
anything
swan I've
2D to
seen-
show me?
Every swan I've seen is white. Therefore, all swans are white. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Have you never seen a
Have
black
you seen
swan?
everything? Have you seen everything?
Have you never seen a black swan?
Have you seen?
Or are
that's
you
not the point.
changing the argument?
have you seen
How
everything?
about this,
called
Brenda?
an
Have you seen a 2D
analogy.
swan? Have you ever seen a 2D swan?
Bev thinks that because everything he's seen is 3D,
Is
then
this
everything
normally?
is 3D.
Is this
Yeah, so
normally
show
how
us
you
that 2D
debate, Brenda?
swan, Brenda.
That's not
Show us
true.
the 2D
That's not true.
swan.
That's a bad argument. That's
Brenda,
a bad
we can do
argument.
the same thing. Brenda thinks.
So Bev says that
Bev
everything
says,
I've seen is
Brenda
3D. Everything I've experienced so far is 3D. Therefore, everything is 3D.
Yes. Have you got anything 2D
no,
to
you
show me, Brenda? Do you think
can't say that.
anybody has got anything
can't say
2D
that.
to show us? I
You
can. I
can't
just
say
did say
that.
it. Of course I did.
Let's
That's
start
how
off
we
with the
debate
2D
in this
swan,
new
Brenda.
debate
You
thing. We
can't say
talk,
that.
Brenda.
That's not true.
Why are you telling me
Show
I
us the
can't
2D.
say things in a debate, Brenda?
Yeah.
Are you
it's not-
silencing the opposition by saying they can't
Yeah.
talk
So you
in the
think that
debate?
because
Is that how you
everything
win your
you've seen-
debates normally, Brenda?
everything
By
you've
telling
seen is
people they
3D,
can't talk?
What you've seen so far is 3D. Therefore, everything is 3D. That's not-
Everything,
that's not
yes,
logical.
Brenda, I'm going to say
That's
the
not true.
statement again.
Wait,
Everything
that's not
I have
true.
ever seen in
But that's not
reality
true, Bev.
is 3D.
But that's not true.
What do you mean it's
That's
not true?
What he's saying.
You
Yeah,
just
What are you
agreed
talking
with
about,
it.
Brenda?
Yeah, just because
Are
everything
you
you've seen
sure you're
is
okay,
3D
Brenda?
Doesn't
This
mean
isn't
that
normal,
everything is 3D,
surely.
So
right?
what is it then, Brenda?
So just
This is
because everything you've seen so far is
another
3D
breakdown.
doesn't mean that everything is 3D, right?
You just agreed with that no more than 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah,
say
but-
that everything
yeah,
I've seen,
yeah,
everything I've seen is 3D, therefore
Yeah, but you-
everything is 3D,
Yeah,
right?
but you just
That
agreed with
doesn't
it no
mean
more
that
than 5
doesn't make
minutes
any
ago.
sense. Does
You
it make
agreed with
sense?
it.
You don't
Doesn't
make
make
any
sense.
sense, Brenda. Yes, you
Doesn't
don't
make
make any sense whatsoever. And you never have.
That doesn't make sense.
Yes, you never make sense, Brenda. I'm
not what I said,
surprised you
liar.
can cope. Like
You're
you
just a
really
liar.
seem to be struggling.
See, this is just a
So-
sophist and a liar. You're just a
So, Brenda,
dishonest
does in
piece
your
of
mind
fuck.
does a 2D swan exist in your mind? Therefore, a 2D swan, there's a possibility.
If all you've ever seen are white swans, does it follow that every swan is white?
Yeah, but you're using it now in a 2D.
What do you mean yabbit?
Oh,
Brenda.
Brenda.
Yeah, but-
Careful,
Brenda,
Brenda.
I know you're starting to lose
Have
it
we
now.
got
You're
anybody
not
to
on your
help, Brenda?
Have you ever seen a 2D
Yabbit.
swan, Brenda?
Yabbit.
Yeah,
Yabbit.
that's it. It's over. It's auto repeat.
Wow.
Game over for Brenda.
If every swan you've seen is white, does it follow that all swans are white? SE.
Brenda has reached the bridge, ladies and gentlemen.
SE. If every swan you've seen is white, does it mean that all swans are white?
It's a shame, Brenda. It's a shame.
Which
No,
what's the
Brenda,
answer,
but
SE?
if we find
Oh,
a black
no.
swan, right?
No,
We
it doesn't follow. That doesn't. So you disagree with Bev. You disagree with Bev then.
Brenda, in order for
You
your
said
theory to be
no.
true,
You said
you
no.
have to believe.
You
Why
said
can't
no.
you stop
It
talking
doesn't
for a minute?
follow that if all the swans
This
you've
is
seen
a
are
bit
white.
of a
It
mental
doesn't
breakdown,
follow
Okay, but-
that they're all white,
Sorry.
right?
But you have to
So you
believe that
disagree
there's a
with Bev.
possibility.
You disagree
Brenda,
with Bev.
Brenda, chill for a minute. Chill. You have to agree then
Yabbit,
there's a possibility.
Yabbit.
You can't let it out,
Yabbit.
right, Brenda? Because you know how ridiculous it is, right?
Yabbit.
Brenda?
Yeah, that's it. We broke her for today. I think
Yabbit.
that's it with
Brenda?
Brenda.
Bev.
Brenda, are you
Thanks.
okay?
So Bev thinks that because
Brenda,
everything
do
he's
you
seen
have
is
people that
3D,
can help you? Because
therefore
this
all
isn't
things
normal, right? This isn't normal, Brenda. Even for you.
is the fact that everything you've seen is 3D.
It seems
does
like
it follow
I
that
know you're
all
normally
things are 3D
vile,
now?
horrible, and disgusting, but
Yeah.
this is you showing your debate mentality. It's just
this is
terrible.
No, this is you being the softest piece of fuck.
These
Now-
are Pokemon debate tactics.
No, yeah.
Pokemon debate
Yeah.
tactics.
No, everything you've seen is 3D. Therefore, all things are 3D. That's your argument, right?
everything is 3D. Yes.
No, that's not true.
Would you like to have a debate about 3D, whether reality is 3D
no.
or not, Brenda?
Reality.
Well,
is
we'll just have
4D.
just a little short one now to show everyone how good you are at your debate thing.
Reality is 4D.
Totally
Oh
contradict
yeah,
yourself.
Brenda. I
yeah.
think time to take a break. I'm
Yeah,
telling
it
you,
takes-
it's gonna be
it
bad
takes
for
5
you.
minutes later,
It takes
totally
4 dimensions.
contradict
It takes
yourself.
4 dimensions. It takes 4 dimensions to fully describe reality.
Which is the fourth, Brenda?
Time.
Wow, I knew you would say that.
Time's a concept.
Can't you see how?
No,
how
time
more,
is a
Brenda?
physical component of the universe.
Perpendicular to the other three, right?
If you want to describe it that way, sure, I guess so.
It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
I mean, we could just like say anything.
Is that your argument?
At this point, Brenda's like, yeah.
I just don't understand. That's your argument?
You mean
I don't understand. I don't
No,
understand.
you just brought a concept into reality, Brenda. That's what you just did, and you added it.
Time is a reality.
A coordinate system. That's
are we actually having this debate then? Because this is a shit show at the minute. Do you want to have this debate, Brenda, about 3D reality? You can lay your case out for adding another dimension.
Yeah, it takes the addition of time in order to fully describe our experience of the world.
How so? Go on. You're doing good. Continue. Extrapolate.
It's not enough to say that something is at X, Y, and Z. You have to include T.
Why?
And do you mean if you measured a box, length, width, and height of a box at 12 o'clock or 3 o'clock, it changes?
It might not be there at 3 o'clock.
What do you mean it might not be there?
When you measured it.
Yeah, it might not be there.
When you measure it, it has to be there, right?
What the hell are you measuring then?
I said it might not be there at 3 o'clock.
Okay, let's take right, Brenda.
You said 12 and 3.
Keep your eyes on it.
But what about, well, you could say that, like, when you make a box, you could say, well, last week it wasn't there.
Yeah.
No. You
There
make
you go,
the box.
right, done.
You make it at 3 o'clock. You measure it at 3 o'clock. Then, Brenda, if we measure it at 6 o'clock, while keeping our eyes on it during all that time, will the measurements change?
X, Y, and Z might not change.
And what if you're not
the
there?
3 dimensions.
So you mean what else would change?
It's older.
The box is older. Okay.
Yeah, it's older.
Age doesn't matter in dimensions, though, Brenda.
But the length, width, and height would remain the same, right, Brenda?
X, Y, and Z stay the same, but T does not.
So time has nothing to do with reality then, right?
No, it has everything to do with reality.
With dimensions.
Yeah, time is important, right? You get older.
No, you just said it didn't do nothing. You said X, Y, and Z didn't change.
I said it.
Reality didn't change.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Doctor Who?
I said X, Y, and Z change, but time does change.
So time itself changes.
But it's always moving forward, right?
So then it has nothing to do with the X, Y, Z coordinates.
How do you know Brenda? It's always moving forward, Brenda?
Yeah, what is moving forward?
How do you know? You can't say just because all swans are white that, you know. Can you? Is that what you're saying? By saying time moves forward?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't think you can by your own standards, Brenda.
What do you mean?
Cannot say that.
Have you been to the whole universe?
Well, because you were telling me before that I can't say it's 3D because that's what everybody has experienced is 3D. So now you're saying that time moves forward. Why is time move forward, Brenda?
Oh, that's just the name we give to the direction of time.
Well, because that's all you've ever experienced.
No, it can move forward faster or slower.
And you've never experienced anything different.
And no,
so therefore you're saying that it can't. You can't say that.
That's not true.
No, that's your white swan argument. Your white swan argument.
You have to allow me to reply to you, right? So we have experiments where we can demonstrate that time passes faster or slower.
Does it affect the 3 dimensions?
Yes, it does.
How?
When an object is moving close to the speed of light, it contracts.
You've done an experiment on that, have you?
Yeah, scientists have done experiments, yes.
Are you a scientist, Brenda?
No, I'm not.
Have you done?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Why is that important? Is that important?
What? So you now say that you can say that other people have done things without any proof or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's called the genetic. That's called the genetic fallacy.
Sounds like your dialetheism showing again,
that's
Brenda.
not dialetheism. That's not dialetheism. That's not dialetheism.
Sounds like you can just contradict yourself, or
no,
you
that's
can
not
just
a
say whatever
contradiction.
you want, whenever you want.
It's not.
Brenda, did the scientists prove?
Science
Did the
doesn't prove
scientists?
things. Science doesn't prove things. They give evidence. Right.
So those scientists didn't prove, and so that was sufficient proof for you to believe that it was true. Then, correct? From those via those scientists.
Yeah, empirical evidence is good evidence that time goes slower or faster when an object is traveling close to the speed of light. Yeah, there's good evidence for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Uncontrovertible evidence, or just good? Average? How good is good?
Extremely strong. Extremely strong.
Oh.
To several decimal
So good
points.
is extremely strong.
Very strong evidence.
Very strong. So is good very strong or extremely strong?
Right, and so it's
in
a
our
genetic
redefinition of good within
so
within experimental proof.
So it's a genetic fallacy, the claim that because I haven't done it, that therefore
it's a fallacy for us to say that you can't say it, but whenever you say it, it's a fallacy for us to say it.
No, that's a different one.
So okay. So
it's a different one.
Only Brenda can call the fallacies. Is that the Brenda fallacy calling fallacy?
Do you know what the genetic?
Like you're not called Brenda, so therefore you can't call fallacy on the arguments.
Do you know what the genetic fallacy is? The genetic fallacy.
I know what the Brenda fallacy is.
Do you know what the genetic fallacy is?
It's filled with diletheism and all sorts of.
No, it just means that an argument isn't true or false because of who says it.
But you're gonna say it's true. But you're gonna say it's true, right, Brenda?
Because Brenda says
do you agree with me that an argument is true or false, and it doesn't matter whether
an argument's an argument for discussion, Brenda?
Right? Do you agree with me that an
argument is just an argument for discussion?
Do you think that an argument is true or false?
No,
and
proof.
It doesn't matter.
Proof,
it doesn't
Brenda.
matter who says
proof is true.
No, I'm talking about true and false, not proof.
Truth is gained through logical argument.
What?
And we call it a proof. I do anyway. No. I guess we might be different. I think we definitely are different in one way.
An argument is
true or false.
At least
I can do identity of things, and you seem to get stuck about.
Yeah. So an argument is true or false, and it doesn't matter who says it, right? So if so-and-so says that 2 + 2 is 4, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who that person is, does it?
Brenda, it doesn't matter who argues.
Does it matter?
You're still going to say you have the truth.
No. If the argument is true, it's true. It doesn't matter who says it.
And who's the one who says
which argument have you got, Brenda? Do you have an argument, Brenda? Which argument have you got that you can say is true?
I just told you.
Go on, give us the argument properly, please.
Right. We have scientific evidence that length.
We have evidence isn't an argument, Brenda. Is it?
Yeah, premise, conclusion. Come on.
Oh, you refused to do that for me.
No, I did it for you before, Brenda. I gave you an argument, laid it out for you, and showed it to you. Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I even read it out because you said you wanted it reading out because you couldn't do it yourself. So what's your argument, Brenda? Come on.
So if time is merely a concept, it will not vary based on the speed of objects. It does vary based on the speed of objects. Therefore, time is not just a concept.
Wow.
And we can show that time does vary.
So you proved that time isn't a concept.
Good job.
I said,
well done, Brenda. I like that. Yeah. Brenda's proof time isn't a concept.
She's proved it's a dimension.
It's not just a concept.
Yeah, it's a dimension. Yeah.
Good job, Brenda.
It's not just a concept.
Yeah, it's a dimension concept.
It's not just
No,
a concept.
when it is a dimension, it's not a concept.
It's no longer a concept.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I can have concepts about things.
What do you mean?
Is length a concept, or is it real? Is length a concept, or is it real?
Length is a measurement, Brenda.
No, it's a concept.
No, it's
right.
It's a measurement.
No, can you think about length?
It's a measurement, Brenda.
Can you think about length?
Yeah,
Can you
as a
think about
measurement,
length?
yes.
Yeah, that's a concept.
Yeah, length. Yeah, how we know?
So you understand.
You
can
get a
have,
ruler and you can measure
you understand,
it.
Bev. You understand, Bev, that you can have concepts about real world things like length.
It's a measurement, yes, Brenda. I know what a measurement is. I've done those sort of things.
Concepts? Can you have ideas and thoughts?
I can have ideas. Anybody can have any ideas that they want, Brenda. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course they can.
Can those ideas be about things that are real?
Yes, yes, Brenda. You can definitely measure things in reality. Yes, and you can think. You can definitely think about those measurements if you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Any measurement you want, you can think of. You can hold it in your mind, however you want to think of it, and it's still a measurement that you've measured in reality.
And my thoughts about length are not the same thing as length, are they?
I wouldn't know your thoughts about length, Brenda.
No, I didn't say mine. I said mine in general.
What?
You said the same thing.
Normal people can understand this.
No. When you say mine, you're talking about you, the individual, yourself. You're not talking about general people.
Yes. Yes,
no, Brenda, we cannot go on with these communication because you're fucking stupid, Brenda. You just want to argue shit that you haven't even got a clue about.
That's what you're doing.
It's terrible.
That's what you're doing. So I can have a thought about a thing, and my thought is not the same as that thing, right?
Well, you're a dialetheist, yeah. You could definitely have contradictory thoughts about things in reality. Yeah.
You lying fuck. I am not a dialetheist. Can I have a thought about things? Are my thoughts about things the same as those things?
I haven't got a clue about your thoughts, Brenda. Like, your brain would be the worst place that I'd ever even want to attempt.
Are your thoughts?
It'd be a fucking horrible place.
Don't worry about my thoughts.
You'd be wandering around all fucking in a daze. I'd imagine.
Are your thoughts about things the same as the things? Are your thoughts about things the same as things, Bev?
Don't worry about your own shit.
Are your thoughts about things the same as things, Bev?
I don't know. You keep your thoughts off my things, Brenda.
I wasn't talking about my thoughts. I was talking about your thoughts. Are your thoughts
No, I was talking about my thoughts in the general whole thing, and I was meaning specifically your. When I said mine, you might not have known that generally, colloquially, as we're talking to you, we can say whatever the fuck we want now because we could just make up new words.
Are your thoughts about things the same as the thing themselves?
My thoughts about things are my thoughts about things, Brenda. What would you want to talk about? Which particular things would you like to talk about?
The answer is no.
We can be a bit more specific about my thoughts about things if you would like to. But if you want to leave them vague as fuck so you can imagine all sorts of ridiculous things.
The answer is no, isn't it? The answer is no, isn't it? Your thoughts about things are not the same as those things, is it? That's correct.
I don't know. You just have a conversation with yourself, Brenda. This is ridiculous. Yeah, you're showing everybody. Why would anybody ever want to talk to you, Brenda?
So your thoughts about things are not the same as those things. So thoughts about time are not the same as time.
Why would anybody ever want to have a conversation with you,
Brenda?
So
your thoughts about things, thoughts being a concept, thought can be, a time is a concept that you can have in your head, right? And it can also exist independent of your head. Independent of your thoughts, right? Just like the length of a 2x4 is something you can think about, but the length of the 2x4 exists independent of any thoughts you have about it.
How do you know 2x4 is going to be there when you have another thought, you dumbass?
Because my thoughts don't determine reality.
You know, 2x4 isn't a two-dimensional thing, don't you, Brenda? You know, there's a length to that 2x4. Another dimension.
Generally about 10 feet or something like that, right?
What? No,
They're
there
typically
isn't a
about 10
general
feet.
length of a 2
You
by
go
4,
to a
Brenda.
lumber store. Well, they're typically for construction purposes. They're about 10 feet, aren't they? Right. So my thoughts about things.
They're as long as you want them to be, Brenda. It's a 2 by 4.
So it doesn't matter.
2 by 4
So
just tells you the diameter of the sort of size of the wood,
things are not the same as the thing itself.
not the length of it.
So
The other dimension's the one you're missing.
Doesn't mean that time doesn't exist.
When you go to the lumber yard, do they do time?
If you have thoughts about the pieces,
does the 2 by 4 come in with a
2 by
time
4
component,
or a 2 by 6 or a 1 by 2? It doesn't matter. Your thoughts about it aren't going to determine how long it is it?
Give me a 2 by 4 by 10 at 3 o'clock.
Do they
2 by 4 by 10 by 3 p.m.
At 3 o'clock. Is that what you're saying, Brenda?
No, I'm saying that your thoughts are not the things.
Oh shit.
Well, that's what you seem to have trouble with.
That was brilliant, Brenda. You definitely won that one. I don't know who was saying that, but wow, that's genius.
You think that's because you think that time is just a concept.
What I think. You know what I think.
Is time a concept? Is time a concept?
No, time is a dimension.
Is time a concept? Could it also be? Can something be a concept and a thing?
Oh, you tell me.
Time is a concept. That's
time is just a concept,
right,
Brenda.
Length is a concept. Length is a concept, isn't it?
Point to it. Show me.
Length is a concept, isn't it?
So when I go to Home Depot, I'll say, give me something 6 foot long, time 12:03. 6 foot long, time 12:03, right? Right, Brenda? 6 foot long, time 12:03.
Is length a concept, SE?
Where's your argument with time?
There is no argument.
No, I'll tell you my argument if you stop over talking me. For fuck's sake.
You're talking about concepts.
I'm saying that you can have a concept.
Nobody wants to hear you talk anymore.
No, it's not, because you're losing.
No, because you're talking shit, Brenda.
No.
It's all you ever do. It's fucking terrible.
The concept of time is independent of time itself, isn't it?
Oh, God.
What is time?
Why do a time fucking thing with Brenda?
So the time,
fucking hell.
The concept of time is independent of time itself, isn't it?
Time's up.
Brenda, you live in a fantasy. You try to bring time into a 3D coordinate system, and you failed miserably.
I'm desperate to not hear you talk anymore.
This is you losing because
I think it's time, Brenda.
It's time.
Time.
Yeah, it is time. It is time, Brenda.
You have to overtalk me.
It is
because you can't
definitely
handle
time,
it.
Brenda.
You have to overtalk.
You
have to overtalk.
This is the time.
What am I lying about? The concept of time. The concept of time.
There you go. And Chaiki, welcome back, Chaiki.
No. Can we not talk to these people? Can we?
I want to
do something more?
just get rid of Chaiki. There you go.
Time today I hear these people.
These people.
Another piece of shit.
Well, what's the difference between these people?
Have you been waiting?
I'm asking, what's the difference between these people and you people?
Oh, another.
I don't know. Brenda's not here anymore, Chaiki.
I know.
We've muted her. Please don't ask Brenda questions.
No,
we've muted Brenda. There's no need for us to talk about.
I'm asking you. What's the difference between you people and these
Chaiki, you're ruining my fucking game.
What?
Chaiki, I don't know. Is that what Brenda was saying? I don't know. Nobody knows what Brenda was talking about, Chaiki.
Brenda 2 days ago for saying you people.
What, you're going to bring up something from a few days ago, Chaiki?
Yeah, no, it's 2 days ago.
2 days ago, right? Is that it then? Because is that all you've got, Chaiki? Because you can shut the fuck up too. Is that it?
Yeah.
Bye, Chaiki.
You kicked her out for saying you people.
There you go. Well done, Chaiki. Thank you very much. That was well worth it. That's how long it takes to let Chaiki have a bit of a word. They're ridiculous. I can't fucking be doing with it. It's about time. These people, Chaiki and Brenda, these fucking morons, stopped fucking coming in and interrupting conversations. It's ridiculous. No argument, no nothing.
And games as well.
Yep. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry for jumping in there, but you know, I sit in the background listening to this stuff day after day after day, and it's just enough, you know.
Yeah.
It's to the point where your blood just boils.
Brenda coming round with a non-argument, but
Nothing.
see, everybody
No.
else seems to think that what Brenda goes away and talks to him. Like Blue Marble, Brenda will go to Blue Marble now and go, oh, they didn't know that. And Chikey's like on Twitter. Ooh, you're probably recording this now, Chikey. Clip it. Put it on Twitter. Go and do it. Don't clip any of the fucking ridiculous shit that Brenda or you say. No. Just misrepresent something that's a logical, fucking legitimate argument and clip that and put it out and pretend, tell everybody it's fucking shit, Chikey. Tell them. Tell them what to expect. Tell them not to come round here because they go mad. Like you, Chikey. Fucking crazy.
Did you hear the Pokemon Evolution, Chikey, today?
Did you hear Chikey saying that I should be, what was it, exterminated?
What? No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, let me get it.
He's going to Threads again.
Oh, yeah, him and some other guy. He wants me to pay for whatever it is for not debating this other guy.
He's not stooping to George.
Look at that.
Nutsack level, is he?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that where it goes?
Chikey's trying to get to court or something with, what was it? What's the word? Execution.
You're kidding me, Chikey.
Look at it.
You're kidding me.
He's mad. Crazy. Obsessed.
I suggest you forget this name, Bev, Chikey. Just erase it from your memory and go about because you're losing your shit, man.
Don't think they can. It did say that this level is a straight line on a horizontal plane. Or, I don't know whether it's that one. Or the all horizontals being parallel. Or the realizing Euclid. But it seems like nobody can even talk about it.
But it's crazy because in the real world, you go ask like the average person and they'll agree with you. The things that we say in here.
Yeah, that's what all we're saying is, in reality, level is horizontal. And all horizontals are parallel. In reality, mathematically. In mathematics, all verticals and all horizontals are perpendicular to each other. All of them. Parallel to each other. Horizontals are all parallel. Verticals are all parallel. In every graph, every elevation profile, ever. But they want to say something strange happens somewhere else on a model that doesn't relate to reality. And for that reason, they want to talk shit.
You have to ask yourself, Chikey, all that hate, all that obsession, like, why? Like, that you got a problem, bro. You seriously have a problem. Can't be healthy for you to have so much hate for somebody that has done nothing to you, really. You heard Brenda. She hates me. She hated me, number one, until she met Bev. I'm a little disappointed by that, Bev, though, but okay. I'll let it slide. Like, these are sick people, man. Like, what have I possibly done for you to get so much hate? It's unbelievable.
SC, they're not sick. They're just bored. But when
they're bored.
In your boredom, this is where you come.
Man, I hope I never get bored that much.
I mean, you've got to be a pretty sick person to, come somewhere where you hate in your boredom.
Yeah.
But hey, I guess that's the new way. I was reading about new mental disorders the other day, and they have got some new ones, for modern day.
Psychopaths aren't new, Bev.
No. The new one now is that they have no empathy for other people because of the internet, right? It's changed people and the way they react to people, other people.
Imagine she gets pleasure from going, she said it herself, to Christian debate forums and debating them, telling them how stupid they are for their belief.
Typically, the lack of empathy becomes from like a block at a childhood age, but I can see where if you're on the internet and the only interaction you have is just like voice or text, it could cause a block there too. I could see that.
Here you go. Here's the it's only on Twitter. A constant disregard for rules and social norms and repeated violation of other people's rights.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, because, but you got to think about it. If you're not like socializing, which means in person socializing, if you're not socializing and you're just interacting through a text, then it would be outside of a social norm. Because you're not getting the interaction from somebody else where you would pick up on the nuances of body behavior and all that. So
it's akin. Oh, sorry, Buster.
No. Go ahead.
It's akin to, like, let's say us now. We know Jem is a degenerate piece of garbage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like us now going and of course all the people there, all the loser, all the trolls. It's like us going in there every day now to tell them that their model is wrong.
I don't know why anybody would do that. It's, yeah. It seems ridiculous to me. Why people are so obsessed about what other people think about whatever.
Or I'm going to go to a Bigfoot forum and tell them how stupid they are in believing in Bigfoot.
Well, we're not anything here, are we? I mean, what are we?
We're flat earthers.
You think?
No, I don't think that. That's
no,
what
but
they
I mean,
think.
like, what are we? Go on.
Hang on,
label
Bev.
us.
Bev, I got to jump in. Press K on your phone. Go to gift. Put in promo code, all one word, grand love. Do it now.
Put what? Gift. What?
Gifts on your phone, K.
Yeah.
Where it says gift.
Yeah.
Go in there. Bottom
Enter
one.
Promo code. Yeah.
Grand love, all one word. That's for those 10 extra coins.
Well, I see us as the agents of the Logos.
You know how they see us? Are you done, Emma?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah. What was I saying?
How they see us.
Oh, yeah. They see us as an enigma because they think we're flat earthers. We say we're not flat earthers. So it's like to them, we're more than the flat earth riddle to solve. Like, I don't know, man. It's like to them, we're worse than flat earthers. Even though they want to make us flat earthers, they know we're flat earthers, and somehow they can't accept that. I mean, they know we're not flat earthers. I don't know what's in their brain, man. I shouldn't even try.
No.
The nutsack or the chike. One step beyond George. That's what George started doing with the death threats and shit like that.
Is that what he's doing?
He's trying to say that execution isn't execution.
But he typed it.
Yeah, he typed it execution.
On purpose.
Yeah.
He picked that
didn't
word.
I mean the legal version of whatever different definition of words they want to use. Get your mate to come in here, Chike. Get him to come in and we'll work out a debate. You're not going to be saying anything, so get him to come in here and do it.
4D lumber available now.
You are though, Chikey. You've been doing it for fucking weeks. Go and tell them on Twitter. Go and tell Blue. Go and do everything. You have been doing it, Chikey. You've been going and telling everybody. Been showing everyone your madness.
They're just troubled souls.
Mm-hmm. Chikey's literally going mad though. I've been worried about you, Chikey. I don't know whether it's a good idea to keep you around here. It might be better for you to just cut off contact. Maybe then you might be able to just stop obsessing over things that there's no real need for you to do it at your age as well.
Yeah, take a vacation, Chikey. Forget it. Forget you ever heard of me or Bev or all the guys here. Forget you ever heard of this argument. Best thing for you. Go float in the Sea of Galilee. There's a lot of salt there. Take a week off. Rejuvenate.
How do you know how many coins you've got?
What shit are we talking? Am I talking, Chikey? We only give you what we think is correct. Logic.
You have
What
to go
shit?
into airman shop.
Yeah, I did. I got 10. Oh, I'm going to save that tomorrow. I'll have 10. I'll have a 21 tomorrow. It's like, what are we going to do, Chikey? How long are you going to be sticking around here for? What's the big thing? Why can't you keep away? Obsessed, aren't you? Have you not got anybody else to go and see, Chike? Do we have to ban you, or would you just come back with another fake account? Sock account that you've got because you're obsessed? What? Tell us what's the best thing to do, Chikey? Is it better keeping you around? Feeding your obsession? Has anybody else got any sort of experience in this sort of, or is it going to be me that's got the most experience in this?
I've got no experience, but I'd say, yeah, I think it'd be better off if Chike wasn't coming around and doing what he's doing for his own good. And
else? What's everybody else
and
think?
what Brenda?
I do harbor some sympathy because taking the keys from somebody when they start degrading, it's a tough thing. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe for his own good, we should give him a week off or something. I really believe it. Can we time him out for a week? Give him a week to reflect?
I don't know. I think it may be 24 hours. I don't know how far the thing goes. He'd just have to listen on YouTube then, wouldn't he? Or make a sock account and come in.
I wouldn't say he's crazy. I just would say just the.
I think he's insane. Literally.
It's the model making him do that.
Yeah, but they don't. As long as they believe what they're saying, it's not a problem, is it? You know, they're backing each other up, so they're all agreeing with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
they're not alone.
Let's have
It's
support.
they're not alone, but there's there's only 2 or 3 that are coming in here and they're getting themselves into these conversations that make them say stupid shit. They don't know it.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm pretty sure they're oblivious. They don't get it.
What do you reckon, Chokey? You can type
Well, he
it.
cares
There's
what
no
you
need for
think,
you to be
Bev.
unmuted, Choke. There's
He cares
definitely
what
no
you
need
think.
for you to be unmuted because you can't control yourself. You start talking about things that people said 2 or 3 days ago that are completely irrelevant to the conversation that we're talking about. We're talking about your mental health at the minute, Choke. Do you think it would be better if we get rid of you for a bit? At least give you a bit of a time out? Or are you okay just sort of listening to the conversations that we're saying? I don't know. I don't know whether like listening should be any good for you. Whether you can just imagine all sorts of weird things. Whether you listening to that is any good or not.
Well, I think he's calling the room mongs as well. And it's
See that? Yeah, that can't
not
be.
very
It
nice,
can't
is
be
it?
healthy.
With the exception of Bev. Everybody's a Mong except Bev.
All right.
He takes your advice serious. I think that's what he meant there.
Yeah. There's no need to be. So you don't want to be unmuted. That's a good one, and that makes sense.
And if he's had a bit of a laugh, if he's had some fun and entertainment out of it, then brilliant. If he's gained something and I've got it completely wrong and he's happy and
yeah, I mean he can still imagine whatever you want, Chokey, right? You can still record all of these conversations and clip all of the bits and put them out on YouTube and Twitter and do all of that sort of stuff. I mean, you can still do all of that, can't you? It's like it's not worth you engaging with us in conversation because I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few of them, isn't there? It's not just Chokey.
Yeah.
He can go hang out in Gems. Oh no, he can't. He got barred from Geos. Yeah, you can go hang out in Geos for a while.
Yeah, get the famous Chokey back. I mean, you've done your research over here now. You can definitely go over there and tell them all of the stuff that you've talked about here. They'll love it over there. We've not been over there, Chokey. You go over there again and tell them all about us. All of the stuff you've learned. They'll enjoy it way more. But I think I've had enough of it, to be honest, Jake. There's no need for all of this bullshit.
No. He said everything he said. We've said what we've said.
Yeah.
Each and every one of us, either in text or whatever. There's just no point. It's just goes nowhere.
If anybody wants to debate, you can get all of that sorted out and let us know wherever anybody wants to go. We can have a conversation about how the debate's going to be. Everybody wants to learn about these debates and how to talk to people. So we can do that. Just not in this sort of scenario, like where you just come in and spurt all your shit out. Tell everybody about your prejudices and who you hate. It can't be good. Can't be good for the kids as well. If people have children, it's not good to be seeing that sort of stuff. Parents going fucking mad in the old age. Grandad, will you stop talking about them?
Just think about who agrees with you, Chokey. Brenda. You have Brenda on your side.
Yeah, but Brenda thinks flat is an orientation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She also thinks Pokemon has something to do with evolution.
So I mean, there's just